The Dove Variety Hour featuring Thomas and Damien. Enjoy the show.
Have you been watching any shows that have alluded to the notion of the pandemic? I mean, I brought it up a couple times already. The Bo Burnham special, Inside,
Right.
was like the first nod where it felt like he jumped inside my head and was starting to sort of dissect what we've all sort of been dealing with during this pandemic. Obviously in a semi-comedic stance, semi-psychological, semi-depressing stance. But there was that, and then there was also How To with John Wilson. That was on HBO.
No, I didn't see that.
So it's like a documentary-style show where he would just pretty much walk. It starts off with a how-to notion, so like how to cover your carpets.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, how to cover your furniture, and then it goes from how to cover your furniture, and then it just evolves around covering, and then it takes a turn to the far left or right of whatever chaos of a story. Very, very funny, very entertaining, but very like you can tell the guy loves documentaries and knows his shit, because there are moments where it like shouts at documentaries, but it has you rolling at the same time. So,
that's a good question. I would say, in terms of COVID related, there's been a couple of documentaries we've seen, some pertaining to like building up to the Olympics.
Okay.
Where, you know, they talk about how COVID is really affecting like the whole, terms of where to practice, how long to practice, and just the protocols and everything. So that's good. Well, Taylor watched Say Yes to the Dress.
Okay.
And they shot during the pandemic. So it was last year. So they were dealing with getting people to come see dresses who were planning a wedding that was going to happen in their backyard, but they still wanted a traditional wedding dress. So, but not so much, shows like,
literally on the nose.
Literally on the nose. Right. That were like really talking about the issue. Not yet. I know it's coming.
Yeah. It's a matter of time.
Horror movies will follow.
Oh, for sure. I did watch, what was it? Containment? Is that the one?
Containment.
By Soderbergh?
Yes, which is freakily...
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
I watched that and I'm like, Jesus Christ, he was on Mark Maron's podcast.
Okay.
And he was talking, Mark Maron asked him, it's like, how much do you feel was like completely on the, like, how do you feel about knowing how completely on the nose you were with your film? And he was just like, well, I mean, we just did our research, and it's kind of scary how much we knew about, but how many little things that we kind of overlook, like the stupid panic and the group thought of stupidity that comes along with the pandemic. But it's very, very interesting how much it was like literally that's kind of what happened. So let's hope the shit ends.
Well, that's the thing. I'm very glad things have opened up. Yeah. And I'm glad that, work has started again and stuff like that. But it's hard because it's like nowadays it's like, okay, it looks like we're ironing things out and getting things to work. And it's like,
there's one thing that I've heard in many podcasts that I listen to. I forget how they phrase it, but I've heard it in 6,000 podcasts. As things are heading towards the norm again.
Yeah.
And every time I hear that, I like cringe, because I'm like, are we headed towards the norm?
I don't think so.
Are we headed towards a new norm? Are we headed towards... I don't think we're... like, and I hate to talk about something so serious and add it to a comic book notion, but
right.
I see this and I think of Avengers. I'm like, we're in the end game now, as Doctor Strange would say. The shit isn't over,
Yeah, I know.
And everybody's ready to be like, nah, let's get back to normal. Of course, me included, I want to be back to the normalcy of everything, but it's like...
I don't think we're ever going to... I think it's like I feel like we had a bad breakup with 2020.
With somebody 2020 is the girl I used to date at CVS, and the breakup is just lingering forever.
Exactly, because you go to you break up with this person. Here's my analogy on it: you break up with this person.
Yeah.
Everything, life goes on, but everything that you did prior with this person is not going to be the same.
No, it's all sort of tainted. It's all changed, and it's never going to be as it was once before. Before that,
you're not going to go out every Friday. You're not going to call every day, text him, but you're not going to watch the same shit. You're not going to, you're going back to normal.
Yeah.
But normal's not the way it was 2 days ago.
The previous normal is no longer the new normal.
So I feel
the
like
previous normal is no longer the current normal.
Current normal.
Yeah.
And I feel like
I gotta be honest with you, that's pretty fucking grim, bro. But highly accurate, unfortunately accurate. I would hope that you're wrong. But
well, think about it.
I don't think you are wrong.
No, but because here's my 2 cents on it. Okay, so I was working a couple weeks ago, whatever. I had to be out on Long Island for a whole week, and so we decided to stay with my in-laws, and they would watch the boys. Taylor would have help with her parents while watching our kids while I was working.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And so one of the nights, it was like it was an early wrap day. I got home back to the house, and her father was like, "Look, why don't you and her go out? You guys haven't been out. You've been dealing with them. Have a date night and go. Just do whatever."
And this was how long ago? This was
like 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago.
Okay,
so it was pretty recently.
Part July, beginning of July.
Yeah, like in June and July.
Right.
So so we were like, oh, what do you do? Like everything's opened up. There was restaurants. Yeah. It's like, what do you do? So we sat down, we ate, and we were like, we don't want to go back yet. Let's go to movies. And we're both like, wow, when was the last time we said movies? So we're like, all right, let's go. So we get there, and it was relatively busy. Whatever. We get in. I turned to Taylor. Taylor turns to me, and we're like, we're about to pay whatever, $30 or whatever to see this. I think it was like Tom and Jerry. We wanted to see something light and stupid.
Yeah, just to
shut our brains off. But we're like, but this was on HBO Max.
Yeah,
courtesy of Damien.
Yeah,
and I was like, so we were like, do you want to sit here and watch this and be in a theater, or do you want to just we could do something else and then maybe watch it later when we get home by ourselves? Because I think they were giving us a night off. It was like a whole, and they were like, and Taylor was like, let's just get popcorn. She's like, really just missed the popcorn.
Get the goods get the feel of the theater.
Exactly.
But take it home with you and without the chaos and the headache and the worry and everything else that comes along with being in public during this time.
And you hit it right on the head. Yeah. So we got that popcorn. We went to the mall. We just kind of dicked around. And then we got back and we did end up watching Tom and Jerry. We ate popcorn, watched Tom and Jerry.
It's garbage.
It was stupid.
It was bad.
It was bad, but to be expected.
It was silly at least.
Yeah, a little bit. But it's a mindless movie that would have been perfect just to shut your brain off.
Right.
But so, and then and then it hit me. I was like, well, to myself, I was saying like, well, this is 2 years ago. I would have been like, let's go to movies.
Of course,
kids, no kids. Let's go to movies. Wouldn't even have been a thought. HBO Max? No, I want to go. I want to see it in the theater.
Sit down, full-fledged, giant screen, the works.
But now, I've sort of have a strange relationship with, I guess, the movie theaters now because I've had 2 or 3 opportunities to go and see a movie. Like I was going to go see The Purge, or I was going to go see something else in the order, and then Tom and Jerry. I was like, there's like 3 movies I could have seen, pretty in line, pretty close to each other. And I decided to just say no because I'd rather feel safer in the comfort of my home and just watch it here. Yeah. And that's just because, it's like when somebody says you don't have to wear your mask anymore. I'm going to still wear it. I'm just used to it now.
Right.
But a movie theater, it's like, I don't know. We're in the space. And it's the same shit as a restaurant. You're in a wide open space.
They do like a social distancing thing and sort of, it's semi sort of, I guess, safe. CDC approved and safe and all this junk, but
I guess so. My whole argument, my whole point on why I was saying what I said before was, things may open up, things may go back to normal. Like you'll never see anybody wear a mask ever again, right? Let's say, hopefully, it's everyone is fine. But I think it's going to take a very, very long time. Me personally.
Oh, for sure.
Where I would.
It's not just you. It's going to be
everyone.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of that for a lot of different people in different ways. It's just there's a lot of eagerness that comes along with it, and I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm ready to take the fight. I'm tired of wearing a mask at work, but do I wear it at work as much as I can? Of course I do.
Absolutely right.
If I'm alone in a room, though, I'm going to take it off.
Absolutely.
But for the sake of my it's not even a scientific game anymore. Sometimes it's simply as a mental game. It's like for my mental safety, I'll wear a mask just so I feel safer. And not to say that I'm it's like a safety net, but in a sense it kind of is,
Right.
It's kind of a balance of the two. You got to keep in mind the psychological damage that has occurred and come about because of this pandemic and the what's going on 2 years now of this, if not more than that. So,
well,
not quite 2 years.
A year
going
and
on
change.
2 years. Yeah, it's been a lot.
It's been a lot. It's been a lot of change, and I think that if something else comes up, which is going to cause us to go back to it, knock on wood. I think we'll all be too immune to dealing with it, and I think I
think the word is jaded.
Yeah, I think exactly. We'll be too jaded, and I think everybody would just.
So I think that's a comment. There's a comment headed to us. I think it's probably going to be here like 2 weeks. So
yeah, right.
Yeah. So you want to watch Futurama with me, bro? Like, what the fuck do you do then? I think it would just there'd be that hit of complaint. It's like, all right, fuck it. I guess that's it. Well,
that's when you run through all those Amazon movies that you.
Oh, that's it.
You know what I mean? Man, if God forbid there was a comet that was going to crash into Earth, and they said you have a month before that would happen.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would waste my time watching movies, but
I think the only response correct to that is, I'm going to quote Office Space here: 2 chicks at one time, man.
Well, it's funny. I do think though that not to waste every day. I mean, like, because you're not going to go to jail, right? Like, so
that's a valid point.
I would probably steal a car, like cars that I always.
Oh, the world would be Grand Theft Auto.
100%. Like, what the fuck?
I'd steal a car. I'd probably go into it with enough safety measures within my head to make sure I don't get killed.
Right.
Because it's almost
I
like
don't think anybody would stop. What's the point of stopping you?
True.
Like, by the way, why would someone still work?
But what's the point of somebody trying to like shoot you just for the sake of the fun of it? Well, so there's a little treacherous territory of just like
a little what do you call that? Philosophy you're throwing at me right now. Well, it's the question of, if you could do it, would you do it?
Right. For sure.
And it's true. Like, if because what's the point of your dad gave you this successful car business, but now it's the end of the world.
Right.
And what are you going to do? You have a month left. You're going to be like, Dad, I'm going to stand my ground and save these cars. Like,
we're going to keep selling.
So you're in a 3-year deal.
We got an end of the world deal coming up for you guys.
I want to see some asshole just sign paperwork. Okay, we got a car in 3 years. This is great.
Well, yeah, I'll pay it off in 3 to 5, but I'll be dead in 2.
But no, it's like, yeah, that's a grim thought too. But I guess
that's a whole podcast in itself.
Yeah,
the world is ending. What do you do?
I guess you do everything, right?
You do everything and anything.
So there's a movie out there I want you to check out.
Right.
It's called These Final Hours.
These Final Hours. Got it.
Basically, the movie's about this guy wakes up in his bed. He radio's going on. They're giving you sort of a little clipping as to like what the hell's going on. Mexico's wiped out. You're like, what the fuck? And then he goes down to the street and he sees this 2 guys in a van trying to rape this little girl.
Oh shit!
Like literally trying to they come out and say like we're gonna fuck you and kill you. Like
Jesus Christ! Yeah.
And it gets super intense. So he saves this girl.
Yeah.
Like, no spoilers. It's how it starts. He saves this girl, and he has this relationship with this little girl. Very father,
very
daughter.
Last of Us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So then you find out that there was an asteroid that hit Earth.
Okay.
And it impacted one part of the world.
Yeah.
So there's this huge wave that is a result to it that has wiped out almost all the world. The only continent that's left is Australia.
Nice.
Australia's a continent. Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. It's the only place.
It checks out.
Yeah, it's the only place on Earth that hasn't hit yet.
Fuck.
So you have, I think, 3 hours. There's like 3 hours left when the movie starts.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy's literally like, he tries to find his sister. And then he goes to there's a rave party where people are literally just shooting each other.
Oh, shit.
Just because what the fuck's the matter?
Just why the fuck not?
Why the fuck not? So,
what are the consequences?
Yeah, there's like guns on the table. Like, go ahead, have fun. They're literally going, have fun. And people just killing each other on the stage.
Yeah.
So watching this movie, I watched it with Taylor. And I was blown away because I bought it at Best Buy. The idea of it sounds depressing, but I was like,
yeah,
all right, let me try it. And holy shit, we were both like, it was very heavy. It's too much.
Oh man, yeah.
But what we're talking about now, it's basically what they answer. All our answers get.
This is fleshed out in real time.
100%. Yeah. Our topic gets fleshed out in this movie. But I will say it's a really good movie. So check that out. Anybody who's listening. These Final Hours, I believe it's on Amazon. If not, it's on Tubi. It's one of the two.
Okay.
Definitely, I've seen it up there.
I'll be watching it and following up on it.
It's a good sci-fi movie. And then the other movie that's sci-fi related, we were talking about Gerard Butler. He's in a movie called Greenland.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That one came out last year. Vin saw it, and he said it's really good. It's depressing. It's about the end of the world. And
right.
But it's a good sci-fi movie. So I guess you should check it out, and then we'll come back to me. And then if you're not depressed, we can talk about it.
Damon never responded back.
It's fun, but I will say, I'm going to say one thing, though. It's going to be cool in a weird way to know that we were alive and very well aware of a huge situation that it's historical.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And that's going to be written in textbooks if it's not already.
Without a doubt, yeah.
So my kids are, in social studies and
on top of living through so many other things that we've already lived through in our generation.
Without a doubt. Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, when I was in high school, in my history books, I'm sure in yours too, like they had 9/11 written out and all that stuff. And you're like, fuck yeah, I remember. I mean, it's recent, but I remember
could unfortunately see the towers from MS 202 in middle school. We could see them on a daily, just kind of smoking and burning.
I remember the smoke.
That little 202 bridge over in Ozone Park.
Yep.
You could see that every single day. So yeah, now that's just one of the many, many things that occurred during our youth. So
yeah, it's just a weird thought when you go, because you look at the history books, you're like, I wasn't around that time, or I was too young.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh shit, this happened.
I was here for that.
I was here for that. I was here for that war. I was here for that occurrence.
Yep.
That happened, right? And it's in some sense disheartening, but it's almost like a sort of like notch in the belt of getting older and growing in a sense, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Oh no, without a doubt.
It's layered.
Well,
we'll be right back with a word from our sponsor.
Ma'am, are you looking for a case that protects your phone from anything?
I'm a guy, not a ma'am.
I'm an inventor. My name is Tim, and I've gone and made this really great case that can withstand anything. You'll never have to worry about your phone breaking ever again.
Oh, wow. How much does it cost?
It's about $5, but I promise you it really can withstand anything. Here, take this gun. I'm going to put the phone by my chest. I said just take the gun. I want to show you.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. That's the trigger. You take the safety off and just make sure you're pointing at the screen, please.
Okay. Like this? I think it's lined up to the phone.
I can't tell you. Can someone guide her?
All right, pulling the trigger now.
No! That was my dick.
Dick Sport Cups. They block bullets.
Get yours today. I will say, though, that I know a lot of people had a hard time, during the heart of it, of COVID or the pandemic. And
for sure, yeah.
Trying to figure out what to do and all that stuff. And I know we made the best out of it. And I know it's been a while. So for everyone that's listening, thank you. And don't forget, check out Detective Stewart.
Yes.
That was all done.
He's lost, but he's coming back somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
He's flown around there.
And that was, I think, didn't we do all those episodes during the pandemic?
We did, and we did that sort of peakish areas of it, but not. I mean, we did our part to stay amongst our own bubble. So
yeah, for sure.
But we did it pretty much. That was our
in the
prevention,
heart of it, right?
Yeah, that was our prevention of going fucking stir crazy during all of this. So.
That's true. So that was our pandemic. That's our pandemic series. Holy shit!
Yep.
You're right. That was
Yep.
Okay. Well, check that out.
Yep.
I know we've Damien's promoted the shit out of it, and so just swear to God we'll end that show. So far, so
an ending is
open-ended.
coming. We swear.
Yeah. Actually,
funny. Or a sequel. We don't know.
Yeah. Funny.
Or a reboot. We don't know. I've been in the talks with Bruce Willis.
No Bruce Willis. Fuck him.
No, I'm just well, if it's definitely Bruce Willis, we'll kill him off in a week.
Okay, cool.
I think it was. Yeah. No. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, before I moved out of my apartment, Damien and I did try to shoot the last episode of that season.
Yes.
And we were doing okay. We wrote a whole script. We were trying to do it the right way, and I think one thing led to another. So
yeah, as it does in the film
yeah.
world and creative processing.
Have you didn't even get around to editing that, did you?
No, I didn't cut it only because I knew whatever we filmed after that would not go and match with it in terms of continuity.
Gotcha.
So I left it as is. But I mean I might just do it just for fun to get the
I'm just curious to see
muscles curing, just to see how it flows.
How it flows, yeah.
Because it seemed like we were onto something.
Yeah, so. I mean, not to give it away to whoever's listening, but I do think that I think the story itself kind of connects things. It sums it up.
It makes the nonsense make sense, even though the nonsense never could make sense.
Exactly.
I think that's the best way to put it.
I think we managed to make a show. I think we went out of our way to make a show that makes no fucking sense.
Yes, and then put in the legwork to finally make it all make sense, even though it doesn't need to make sense.
Exactly.
We're gonna explain everything, but it doesn't need to be explained.
I think I have to reread the script, but I do remember it kind of making sense.
Yeah, it did. It did.
So, well,
we'll get to it eventually.
We'll definitely get to it. I know you were off in June when you went away. You were off from vacation.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to do Mindy Myers, but everything and
scheduling, life, etc.
Yeah, I know. That's another thing. I believe we spoke about that in a podcast way back when, but Mindy Myers has to get shot, and it's coming up in 2 months, Halloween.
Oh yes, that's right.
2 months away. Fuck.
Yes, fucking A.
So that'd be nice to shoot. That'd be nice.
We might
next month, September. We gotta shoot that next month.
If we can do it, we will do it. That's for sure. And
I think out of all the projects, that is the one that we always randomly bring up.
And that's the one where we like we fine-tuned it enough, and we probably could fine-tune it one more time just to have it like 150% solid. But I think that one's ready to go. That one's ready to be shot.
Mindy Myers is ready. Yeah, because the script is finished. I did when the one you sent me, you had the final one. So
we'll be right back with a word from our sponsor.
This is ridiculous. Our pizza was supposed to be here 20 seconds ago. They're gonna miss the 30-minute window,
and I'm fucking starving.
Why can't these pizza delivery guys get here on time? They're getting paid. Oh, he's going to get an earful when he gets here.
And no tip.
No tip. I'm going to get that.
Hi, I have your 3 pies here.
Why are you late? You're really late.
Listen, bitch. I've been driving all fucking day for minimum wage, and I've been trying to get you your goddamn pizza. You don't think about me, you just think about your goddamn pizza and your cheese and your grease and your fucking fat face, you stupid fucking
Domino's. We'll get there when we get there. Well, Mindy Myers, this is being recorded in August.
Yep.
And so a month from now, hopefully we'll be talking about the post-process of having that shot, and now we're editing it. So future self, hopefully this is...
Yes, future self, finish this movie and edit it and put it together, goddammit. Jeez.
Out of all the fucking...
All you do is just waste fucking time.
It's, but what gets me so mad? Because out of all the fucking projects we've ever done, talked about whatever, Mindy Myers, aside from Traffic Dead Ahead, that's its own thing.
Yes.
But Mindy Myers is like, what do they call it, the black script. What is that? There are scripts. There are scripts that are people get around to.
Yeah.
That they get like pushed because they're like, you have to shoot this. You have to do this.
Oh yeah.
Blacklisted, I think it's called.
Okay. Yeah.
Something like that. So this is our like blacklisted script,
right?
Where it's like we've done everything else, and we're like we've avoided not avoided Mindy Myers, but we are slowly and making it mature like wine.
Yes.
To make sure it's like we're ready.
But the other factor of that too is like we didn't want to jump into it and then create it and then realize that we weren't ready for this piece, we weren't ready for that piece. Oh fuck, we didn't think enough to make that scene. So now that scene came out like shit. Oh fuck, we're like, I think the metaphor of it aging like a fine wine is probably the best way, because we're making sure it's ready for when we're ready, and once we're all ready, everything is in order, then we can do it and it'll be good.
Well, whether I'm about to say is a lot of pressure on us, I think that when we shoot Mindy Myers.
See, he's already saying.
I know.
Confidence. No fucking confidence.
But when we shoot Mindy Myers, that is a true testament. As long as we take our time, that is a true testament of our skills, because that is the one that we spent more time on. For sure. And focus more on and try to do it the right way. So I know our resources are so limited just based off of just our funds and stuff. But I think that's why I've been a little nervous about it, because it's like, okay, this is going to show us what we can do when we actually do take some time.
It gives us a parameter of how well we can put something together. So for sure. And I am confident, and that's a lot coming from me, but I'm confident that it'll be something. So
I think so too. I think what I'm going to do after I shower tonight is I'm going to in bed. I'm going to pop that script on. I'm going to read it again. Because the last time I read it, I was laughing and I was like, because you just, you forget what you wrote.
Yes.
And it could be like a week ago.
Which is even better because it's like, oh shit, that's pretty fucking funny. Did I come up with that?
Yeah,
like,
right.
That actually might get a good laugh. So
because there's some shit in the script where it's like, it's just, it's stupid.
Yeah.
But it works as paying homage to Halloween.
For sure. 100%. And I know we went into it with that in mind. So
yeah. And I don't know. Hopefully
if at minimum we can at least get the homage to Halloween throughout it, then I think it'll be great. And that's the minimum. Like that's the low bar we got to set. If it could be that, and then it's a funny story,
right.
and then it has a little heart, and then it has everything of the elements that we've put into so many other projects,
right.
How could this be bad? So
time will tell in a month.
Time will tell. Oh, that's the title of it. Time will tell.
Yeah. Man.
A love story about Michael Myers.
Yeah, we gotta do it before your fucking nieces get married.
I think we might have to change who's who now, though. I feel like
no.
Cassidy I feel like she'd be more down to to be a more primary player in it.
Okay.
And Zan, I mean, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure it out. The fact that we have kids to that will do it is pretty good. So, okay. Well,
all right.
Let's do it.
I'm down. We're gonna do it. So I did want to mention I did go to the movies for the first time in a minute. It's probably the only time I've gone to the movies during the pandemic. I was gonna say post-pandemic, but I realized that is not a factual
term.
Yeah, factual term. But I did go see the movie Nobody with Bob Odenkirk, which thank the gods he had a mild heart attack while filming Better Call Saul. He is okay, everyone. Do not worry. As much I was refreshing my browser like a madman, hoping he was okay. But anyways, I digress. I saw that movie Nobody when it first came out in theaters. First movie I saw since the pandemic, and just from walking into the theater and sitting down, and when the title card started to roll, it was like the greatest feeling that I had not felt in a minute. So in terms of a sort of difference between, the feeling of sitting down and going to the movie, for me it was like a whole different change of a feeling that like blew my mind. So, but at the same time, I can say that there's certain movies that's coming out and I'm like, I have no desire to go see that in the theater. So now it's created a whole like hierarchy of what is worthy of the theater seat, right. What is worthy of just watching in the comfort of your own room. So, which
has always been an option, right?
Yeah.
If you want to like stream illegally, but now it becomes like
now it's more blatant and like, all right, well, I can literally decide to go see this here, or I could literally sit down on my ass and watch this. So, which
now, as things are lifted, that's what makes me like sad, because it's like gives me the option to not have to go and socialize.
Yeah, which I'm always down for some non-socialization.
No, of course.
Fuck talking.
But movie theaters is such a community thing that I love doing. I think I just gotta get my ass in the seat.
Yeah,
and I think once I'm there,
right. Of course. No, the community aspect of any film. That's another reading. I was listening to a podcast about with Edgar Wright talking to. I think he was talking to Empire Magazine.
Okay,
they have like a podcast circuit. And anyways, they were talking about the fact of like the feeling of sitting down in a theater and feeling everybody like he wasn't even talking about his own movie, and you get a reaction with your own movie, but he was talking about sitting down in a movie and feeling the beats in real time with other people, and the gaffes that come along, the laughter, the feeling, oh what the fuck, like all those feelings that come along in a movie. You're feeling it in a community aspect when you sit down with people, whether you notice it or not. You're still in a community aspect reacting with people,
right?
So that's something that I feel like will never be. That's something that I will always crave and want in a theater. So no matter what, there's always that one movie, like if it's a director that I love or it's a movie that I love, I'm going to have my ass in a seat for that feeling and that sake.
And I think it definitely will happen again, but in due time.
Yeah.
It's going to take...
And that's... Yeah. There's not a rush for this. Like I said, this was the first movie I saw, and I haven't been back since. Yeah. So, and that was in... June, maybe? I don't remember. Whenever that movie came out, I saw it like the week after it came out. So
well, I will say this. I'm going to make a promise. This is a future promise to both of us.
Yeah.
One good thing that came from the pandemic is that, this is terrible for me to say, but one good thing that came from the pandemic is that small mom and
Less people.
yeah, small mom and pop shops, right?
Yeah.
Like just smaller theaters, not AMC and all that stuff. But the off-brand theaters are, you want to go and rent a screening room?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's $130 for like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
So my promise I'm going to make to us is once we do Mindy Myers,
Yeah.
and it's ready to premiere, as long as we just completely rock this fucking thing and like hit a home run,
Yeah.
and we're like, this is, we don't have to talk about festivals or whatever. Just for the sake of, we both feel like this is actually like, not like, oh, we did this in a day, it's funny, let's just show people. But we're like,
it's got the we put in the effort, the hard work, and it's got our stamp of approval, of appreciation on a wider range of what we've done.
Verbatim, exactly what you just said. If that's like verbatim that comes out of my mouth, then I'm going to say I will personally pay to go to a theater to rent out a screening room.
Yeah.
And just have a couple family friends, whoever wants to come, because it doesn't matter how many people.
I'm willing to put 10% towards that. No, okay. No, I'm willing to split the difference on that for sure.
Whatever.
For sure.
But you're allowed to fill up with how many people you want. You're just paying for the 2 hours.
Right.
And I'll do like an open tab, if people want soda and beer for the whatever. And then
we'll screen all our other movies and it'll build to Mindy Myers.
So we pay for
or
the
maybe we
thing.
should play Mindy Myers first, so that if they want, they can leave after the bad movies.
That's true.
To close the night, traffic dead ahead. Wait, where's everybody going? Come back.
True. Yeah, no, definitely start with Mindy Myers, and then I would say, yeah, that's a great idea. And then we just kind of do our hand pick of whatever. Because if we have an hour and a half, 2 hours. And Mindy Myers ends up being, I don't know, let's say 10 minutes, 12 minutes.
Yeah, right.
We got to find other movies.
For sure.
Okay. So that's my promise. Because I've always had a lot of confidence in Mindy Myers. I think it's a fantastic idea. And I think once we actually, both of us just get it going, get that train moving and get it shot.
Yeah.
I think it'd be definitely worth having. It'd be a really special moment, especially during Halloween, like having a couple people come to this theater during Halloween and just showing this Halloween movie. I think it's going to be like exactly the feeling that that he was talking about when people in the theater enjoying that moment. I think people are going to get a much better reaction out of it once they're together versus like, hey, here's a link, go send and you watch it.
Right, exactly. Hey, share this. Oh, you can watch it from the little snippet on Instagram and go to YouTube and blah, 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 blah.
And then they're watching in the background and not really paying attention. So anyway, that's a promise to myself. That is a promise to the people that are listening that by September, next time we do our podcast, which I hopefully will be much sooner.
Yes.
But by the podcast that gets closest to September, I promise we will be talking about gearing up to shoot soon, if not shooting already.
Show. It'll be a pre-production podcast related to this. If not, maybe we'll even do like a documentary style on the side or something. We're getting a little carried away. Maybe one thing at a time.
One thing at a time. But anyway,
hire my brother. He'll just walk around with the camera, talk over us as we're trying to film.
Oh boy! All right, so go ahead, Damien.
On that note, good night and good fuck.
As 50 Shades once said, "I don't make love, I fuck."
And I hope this podcast provided that to your ears.